After several months of pushing for bills, supporters are waiting eagerly to see their causes receive funding at the State House today.
But with several hundred bills up for consideration, not all can be covered under state funding. News Center Maine's Caroline LaCour joining us from Augusta, where the Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee met to discuss. Hi, Caroline.
Brian and Amanda, like you explained, just because a bill receives overwhelming support doesn't mean it won't be stopped when it hits the special appropriations table like it did this afternoon. Several bills have already been struck down, with dozens more to be given their final approval by lawmakers.
It's been a long journey, but it's been very, very promising.
After following legislation through the State House, the final stretch is here.
Now it's just a matter of competing for that limited pool of funding that's available at the end of the session.
On the Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee, lawmakers are sifting through more than 200 bills on the special appropriations table that need funding before they can be signed into law.
It's 9-2, the motion carries.
With only a little more than $11 million in Maine's general fund to divvy out, not every bill will see a piece of that funding.
There was a bunch of us that went over and testified, shared our stories.
Watching on is mental health worker Nicole Palton, who supports one bill that would help give funding to staff at several of Maine's psychiatric centers.
These mental health resources are very important, but it also takes a strain on us.
Seeing staffing shortages firsthand, she's hoping lawmakers will go to fund a bill to increase staff retention.
We have to provide some relief to the current workforce, and we have to take steps to make these positions more attractive for younger workers.
Another pair of bills under consideration would support Maine sexual assault services through funding for related organizations and advocate workers.
It had a lot of momentum last session, and we know that it still has a lot of momentum, that this is still really necessary.
A similar bill would create a tracking database for sexual assault evidence kits used here in Maine, something supporters say would create more transparency for survivors.
Where they are at in the process when they are getting tested at the crime lab, and that survivors have access to that information.
As Maine looks to create more affordable housing, a bill to transform old buildings into new homes is also on the table.
There's a large project in Lewiston, the Picker House Lofts, that is a conversion of one of the old Bates Mills.
Policy leader of the Maine Affordable Housing Coalition, BJ McAllister, says projects like this could be done much faster if the committee funds the historic rehabilitation tax credit.
They will move forward because this is something we can do today to immediately expand the amount of housing that can be built in Maine.
At the beginning of today's meeting, committee members explained that those bills not touched on today will be considered this Friday. In Augusta, Caroline LaCour, News Center, Maine.
All right, Caroline, thank you.